You know, we have this tagline inside of SIFT, you know, it's called the achievable luxury. And that stems from my background in luxury properties. You know, I wanted to take this small sense of luxury and offer it at a reasonable value to a much broader demographic. You know, so when you walk into one of our SIFT Bake Shop locations, it feels luxurious. The product line seems luxurious. The staff is gracious and they greet you and they have this genuine sense of hospitality. You know, after 2016, when we opened in Mystic, it didn't take very long to start branching out. You know, we had great momentum and people seemed to really enjoy it. And we had a lot of, you know, return customers on an annual and sustainable basis. So the community really got behind it and supported it. And that felt really good. I'm like, wow, you know, let's see if we can take this and kind of replicate the business model and just expand it. And most recently, obviously, you know, here we are inside Mohegan Sun. And this is one of our best projects yet. So, you know, I had the opportunity for the past several years to kind of work a little bit with Mohegan Sun at some food and wine events, and being inside their operations and getting the opportunity to kind of work with some of their back of house. It was pretty apparent that our missions kind of aligned, and our idea of the spirit of hospitality, and not only treating the guests with the utmost respect, but treating each other with respect and being able to kind of work harmoniously. We just felt like it would be a great alignment with what we've already tried to create in Mystic. So today is the big day. It's the day of our ribbon cutting. It's Jeff's birthday. You know, we brought the entire team in super early to make sure that all the shelves were stocked, make sure that we were show ready for 8 a.m. on our very first day. What's kind of like a classical Parisian pastry that represents not only the brand, the SIFT brand, because it is a French-focused bake shop, but what's something that's kind of a crowd pleaser that I know is going to be really show-stopping visually that Jeff would really appreciate and we can tie strawberries into. Immediately, I thought the Saint Honoré. And what this is caramelized puff pastry on the very base, a little bit of orange and vanilla-scented pastry cream, some macerated strawberries with some Grand Marnier, some elderflower liqueur, and vanilla bean as well. And then on top, there's even a specific honoré tip that we like to use for this very specific piping technique, where it probably take us an hour or so to do this from start to finish. But one pipette at a time, we work our way all around the Saint Honoré until it's completely filled with the center with vanilla-scented creme chantilly. Some caramelized profiteroles are on the outside, very classic. I think Jeff's gonna love it.
So anyone that knows Adam knows that he's all about hospitality. He knows how to walk into a room and provide that great guest service.
To be able to scale, you have to be surrounded by people who buy into your vision, who understand, in our case, the spirit of hospitality. Thank you all for being here. We're so thrilled to be a part of the family. We certainly hope we can bring a little delight to your guests and add value to your already wonderful operation. Jeff had some very kind words to say about us. I was very humbled. And now it's time to surprise him with this birthday cake.
All right, let's cut this ribbon, right?
All right, you ready? Let's give this ribbon a cut.
Oh, everyone needs to have a piece of that.
Yeah, we're gonna send it out. 1, 2, 3. There is super high energy. We're starting to serve all of our first customers. You know, there's a huge crowd in front of SIFT. It's opening day. The team is energized. I'm energized. You know, the casino seems thrilled. I think it's going to be a great marriage.